In today's lesson, we'll be learning about the cosine law. At the very top, we have the cosine law. I want you to use this arrow to help you understand it. Lowercase c represents the end of this arrow. Lowercase a and b represent the sides of this arrow. And last, uppercase C represents the tip of this arrow. When using this arrow for the cosine law, it must always be pointing to an angle. In this case, the end of the arrow is what we'll be looking for. Let's begin by replacing some of these variables with numbers. Lowercase c is the end of the arrow, and that is what we're looking for. Therefore, I'm going to leave this exactly as it looks. Next, lowercase a and b are the sides of the arrow. I'm going to replace a with 15, and I'm going to replace b with 13. The subtract 2 stays the same, and I'm going to replace a with 15 and b with 13 once again. And last, I'm going to replace uppercase C with the angle 70 degrees. The bracket's going to stay the same as well as the cos, and I'm going to replace uppercase C with 70 degrees. Now this looks a bit strange. It looks like a very large negative number. This is actually negative 2 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 13, then multiplied by whatever is in the bracket. I'm going to draw dots here, here, and here to help me remember that there's multiplication there. When using the cosine law, you'll need to remember to use Bedmass. Bedmass is the order of operations. We'll need to start by looking for brackets. Right over here, you'll see brackets, cos 70. You'll need to put that into your calculator. If you put cos 70 into your calculator, you should get approximately 0.34. Next, we want to look for exponents. I see exponents here, here, and here. You can't really put c to the power of 2 into your calculator, so that's going to stay the same. 15 to the power of 2 is 225, while 13 to the power of 2 is 169. Everything else stays exactly the same. The next step in Bedmass is division. However, there is no division anywhere. So we're going to move on to multiplication. And there is multiplication here, here, and here. When you multiply these four things together, you should get approximately 132.6. Everything else remains unchanged. The second last step in Bedmass is to look for addition, and there is addition right here. 225 plus 169 gives you 394. The last step in Bedmass is subtraction, and there is subtraction right over here. When you take 394 and subtract 132.6, you get 261.4. But there's something definitely wrong with this number. If you remember, the sides of our triangle were 15 and 13. There's no way our third side can be 261.4. That's just too large. So there's something we need to do. If you take a look over here, this is c to the power of 2. Well, what is the opposite of to the power of 2? The opposite of that is a square root. And what you do to one side, you must do to the other side. When you take the square root of 261.4, you'll get approximately 16.2. Therefore, the third side of the triangle is approximately 16.2, and that makes a lot more sense since the other two sides were 15 and 13.